Okay, I hope everyone is still here. I don't know how that works. And nice, I lost all my viewers.
Andrew, how long's the trip?
Oh, that's so loud.
You know what? I actually don't know. I know. We take off at 10 and we land at like 9:45.
Oh, that's not a bad flight then.
Do I want to play scoreless?
You know what I think you want to do? I think you want to go on the 11-12.
I have everyone at like 40 and I had Karm at
because the 11's gonna
3,000 for some reason.
I think that's a plan.
The main setup I'm actually looking at is actually pretty close to that.
Please do that.
Dang, that's so sad. I had like 7 people in here and they all
quite,
left
but...
because my screen was bad.
12. It's an OP spot.
But alright guys, welcome in. I think we're back. I
just
already have some viewers joining again, so thank you guys so much for the patience. Like I said, if it's not something, it's another thing. We normally have audio issues, but now we have game screen issues. But we always push forward. So shout out to you guys for joining me back. We have a great game here. Julio, harryshower, whiteclawlaw,
Are you guys just
better known as Big Red Swimmer, and Karm.
Ireland, Scotland, and England.
Ooh, that's a nice trip.
So Karm decided to go 5, 9, 10 here, which is
no wonder you're trying to get
or
it in
wheat
before
sheep setup
today.
pick for first. So basically she's
play
banking
catan
on
and you
a
got all
wheat
that.
spot hex
Exactly.
coming back to her way.
You know what? I'm actually gonna play something a little.
And with this board setup with a double 4 and 8 and 6,
no,
I believe she should get that. If not, a coastal spot that has double wheat or a nice port situation. Julio went A10, which is such a Julio pick. Julio's a lot more non-conventional than a lot of players are in terms of placements, trading styles. Everyone's different, but in my experience, Julio is a little bit different. But A10 is an interesting pick at second, straight on that wood board.
Really
so you'd imagine that he's looking to pair that with some kind of brick, or
what else I wanted to do?
A setup where porting wood
what do I pick for it to be a really good setup?
Would be more efficient. I'm very interested in seeing what Julio's doing here, because honestly I don't know. But yeah, Karm going 5, 9, 10 in first, I feel like is correct here, as 11 pips is the highest production distribution on this board. Blue, or I should say dark blue, Harry went 9, 4, 2. Same assumption that Karm had. They're assuming that Sheba's going to be available on the way back, which it should, whether it's that 5 or that 6. He could go A10, but that's not as efficient, I think, as he would like to be here. whiteclawlaw gets 5, 9, 10, and 8, 4, 3 on the way back, which is pretty strong here. Getting 5, 9, 10 in fourth, I think is great. And it also gives him every resource he needs to expand, to settle, and play a road game. He is missing ore on this board, but between the 9, the 12, and the 2, it's kind of hard for him to get all 5 resources. So I honestly think Andrew with 3, basically 3 ports uncontested, puts him in a great spot, just with the basic production of 21 pips, which is more than everyone on this board so far, from what I can see.
That would have been a really good play, but
so harryshower decided to go 6 through 11 instead of going directly on the sheep, which makes a lot of sense as they can move on around the board a little bit with that starting wood and that brick. The expansion on the 5-2 is something that I am just now seeing that it's not as necessary for them to go straight onto the 5 sheep or maybe the 6-4-3 because they have that expansion. They are playing with the ore port though, which in my honest opinion is going to be very useless in this board unless there is a gigantic mono from the 12 or the 2. But I think Blue's going to have a tough game already. Julio knew the plan that he was going to complete by going 8-10. Decided to go 6-4-11 on the way back almost immediately, so definitely seems like a pick that Julio predicted that he'd get. Like I said, Julio's a little bit non-conventional, as in he doesn't normally play like the players that I'm used to playing. Doesn't necessarily mean that's wrong or right. Everyone just plays differently, and that's what I love about this game. You can just have different play styles and different preferences. For instance, nonetheless, though, this is a very strong table with a lot of proven competitors, one would say. So while Karm decides whether to go 6-5-12 or 6-4-3 here, which, okay, she goes 6-5-12.
All right, good luck, all.
Good luck.
I think it's an interesting pick for sure, but I don't hate it over the 6-4-3 because this basically kills Julio's gigantic expansion spot. Because if you're blue here, if you're Harry, you're using your road to get onto sheep, and you want to do that the safest way possible since you are so limited. So
yes,
I think Julio would almost guarantee himself the 6-5-12 expansion spot, which would create massive ore wheat sheep competition for Karm. So I think she saw that and decided to go 6-5-12 over the 6-4-3, which is not terrible for Harry as they still have the 5-11 expansion and now the right side of the board to expand even better. It also puts Harry, I think, in a better position. Karm going here compared to the 6-4-3 because now they have access potentially to ports down the road, which I do believe they will make their way down there to the 3-4-1 ports on the 6 or the 3, but mainly the 6 for production's sake. Okay, so Karm rolled a 6, bought a dev with their starting resources. Julio rolled a 6, Harry rolled a 9, built a road to the right, so he sees that side of the board open. whiteclawlaw rolled a 6, 6s are hot, built a road. Karm rolled an 8, Julio rolled a 4, built a road. So we have a lot of roads, and then the first 7. So basically, roads, 6s, and now a 7.
Hey.
Again, sorry about the technical difficulties at the very beginning of this game, guys. Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing.
I kind of want that sheep or ore off of
but I'm glad I got figured out. Thank you, Kelly, for the support. Okay.
All right.
Yes, or for non-block, but I don't want to get you closer to a city.
I'll take the ore for a non-block.
I think ore is a city for you, though.
No, it's not, because I popped, remember? So it doesn't give me a city.
It's also not a city for her because she has 3 cards, and we know that a city takes 5. Or if you don't know, a city takes 3 ore and 2 wheat. So that's quite literally impossible that she'd have a city here. I guess she could have had rolls, but... Karm decides to steal from Julio after getting the extortion from Harry. Non-block.
Nice 11.
You get a 3.
I missed whiteclawlaw, but I'll just call him Andrew moving forward. As that is how I know him by.
Oh yeah, I should charge my laptop.
I've had the pleasure of meeting and playing with 2 of these players at this table in person. Well, I should say actually meeting or having that in-person relationship. Karm, I've played both. I guess I should say only base, but great person, great friend. And Andrew, I actually thinking about it, I don't think I've ever played with him in person. I've played with him online. but I've only been to the tournaments that he's hosted, not necessarily played with him in a tournament. However, him and I did play at nationals last year.
It's a
Small self plug. Just kidding.
tentative.
I guess my point is
have a
I've
sheep
had
and
experience
love
with
you
both these
more
people
than-
in
Can you give me
person,
something
and they're both
that's wheat
wonderful.
and something else?
I don't know Harry as much, but I do know Julio
I have one.
a little bit more than Harry, and both
Usually.
guys
I can give
are
you-
incredibly nice
I can give
and
you
very great players. So should be a
Okay.
good game.
That works.
Yo, man, what's up, Palings? Thanks for joining the stream. So Lundy likes Shazzy here. I also like
There you go.
Shazzy. I like Shazzy here, there, and everywhere. But unfortunately, he's not in this game. You might be talking about a different one.
Do we want to it? I guess.
Okay. So going back to what we missed here. So a couple rolls, no actions. Karm is trying to trade Andrew, and I think Andrew wanted to hustle a little bit for that sheep. Interestingly, he ports for a brick instead and decides to take the settle. I'm not sure what they were doing with a sheep if they were asking for it and then end up not porting for that sheep. So I'm sure that's dependent on his hand there. Karm rolls a 9. Gets her city, which makes a little bit more sense why Andrew hit her in the very beginning, because I believe she was probably close to a city, if not the highest chance of rolling one
Hello,
at that
Mama?
time.
You have to solo lock her unless.
Now
I mean,
as
it
Karm
depends
is
on
taking
how
a
fast you want to
call.
lose.
We don't know if that's a strategy by Karm. She might be trying to distract the other people by thinking that she's
Where would
not
I
fully
solo
paying
block her?
attention. And
Okay.
the board is already taking advantage of
Damn
that
it.
by
My
blocking her
mom
before
called me just
Karm
as I was
could
gonna-
say anything.
Not yet.
Because Karm is a
This is gonna be a quick
negotiator.
game.
Julio gets his settle.
Nice.
I knew I
Stole
had
from
it.
Karm. Harry's able to city there. So we're moving a little bit. Karm is able to buy a dev. And now we hit a 7.
You do.
So taking a
Possibly.
quick look at this board again,
I mean, you definitely do.
we definitely see Karm in the Orwid sheep setup completely, with her only competition being no one at the moment, as Blue is not on
All right, Julio,
sheep.
the name of the game is roll 7s for us.
Julio is now in a very weak setup to build off of that 810
There you
wood
go.
port, which if Karm did not go 5-6-12, then there would be
Anyone
an
got
Orwid
wheat?
sheep play, I think, in my opinion.
can take
Or
two.
maybe Julio was going for just expansions. Either way, though, Karm does not have a lot of competition for her
Yes.
direct win condition or her bonus of 2 points from taking army, so
I don't know if
I see why the board is a little bit concerned for her and why she's getting hit.
Wait,
a couple
what's she
times.
gonna do with wood without brick?
Karm's able to use
No.
a knight here to rob
Can we do
Harry,
a
which
1
makes
for 1
sense
for
as
now,
Harry's at
and
4
then
points.
Yonyoto and I can
Not
give
only has he
you
had 4 points, but
another for a
he has
1 for
2
1.
cities, which is
Just
pretty
to
big,
the right
having the
doesn't
6-4-3
really
open
matter.
on the right side. And I do believe
gonna
Harry
make it
will
expensive for
make a
him-
play
for
for the
her.
3-4
I mean, she's
port
gonna get on me
Yeah,
anyway,
I-
so.
to be as efficient
gonna
as
get
possible
value.
after the 6-4-3 setup.
Sucks
Yeah, I-
to 1-for-1 with Karm or Harry right now.
Yeah, I could do.
Unless
I-
you want to leave already. I mean, if you want to leave already, take that too.
No, I could do that.
Oh, that's,
I love Julio. Julio always
that's a
has the
very bad
funniest
trade,
comments. If you guys don't already follow Julio on
But I guess
Twitch,
you
follow
to leave,
Julio
so
as
it's-
well.
it's fine.
No, no.
I'm sure maybe Kelly could help me out with
I
posting his
understand. I
link
mean,
to his
losing a
channel.
flight is very
He's a great
important, you know?
streamer.
Like,
Again, one
You
that
just- no, you should.
is a little
I mean,
different
if I had a
in
flight,
how he
I
goes
would
about
do
things, but I
even
do
for
believe
that
that's
for-
what brings the
I
charm
mean,
to the whole
not even
thing.
a 3-for-2. I mean, I would have
And
done that 3-for-1.
He's
like,
just a great
why waste
person in the
myself, you know?
community. Just off of comments like
Julio, you're
that.
funny, man.
I love
It's good,
Julio.
it's good.
So
I gotta
Whiteclaw's
say,
able to
yeah,
get
right?
their city, which is
Who's
gigantic,
Right.
as
I mean, you are going to
Andrew
get a
or
city
White Claw
anyway.
Law. Baby
I
Blue
don't think
is
threes
not on
rolled
any
and
ore.
11s hit once.
Who's got wheat?
Nope.
How do I have more wood than wheat right now?
13 cards. Get that 4-1.
Thank you,
machine
Kelly
going.
C.
I think I have to. 'Cause that's annoying.
Yeah, Plangs, I'd super appreciate that. I'm definitely a newer
Okay,
streamer. I
I'll
don't
trade you some
do
more
anything that serious. I
or some
just,
brick,
you know,
Julio.
just making memories, man.
you want
Making
ore,
memories,
Detroit
cataloging
City.
I'll
videos.
trade you ore also.
These are the times we're gonna look back on and really
Or we
appreciate.
trade
get
you
2
wood.
ore for
So
a brick
sharing
right
that
now.
with a group of people,
What
with
do
the community is,
How far away?
I don't know.
You only have 4 cards.
Seems fun.
We need to get you the 643.
But yeah, definitely, I'm open
Yeah, I
and
agree.
accepting any help that is ever given or offered to me in any
I
way.
mean, if you
Definitely
give me a
regarding
city
stuff
right
that
now,
I don't
wouldn't
know
work to
about,
a 643.
which
I have 2 roads right now.
is a lot of
so
stuff.
I could literally do it. And
But-
my flexibility, I could easily take it for you.
Okay.
I have a.
But if you do this,
Yeah,
I guess you have 2 ores, right? I mean, if you do this, I'm going to get a city, and I'm going to desist of going I could give you my next wood if you really need
Thanks,
it.
Kelly, for the
So
good
you're
luck.
saying you'll leave
We'll
the
make sure
643
to
open for me with
carry
this trade?
ourselves over
Yeah.
to your stream after this game with a nice little
This is
raid,
just,
as you've taught me how to
and
do
you'll help
that.
me with the future wood, because this, this
Yeah,
Yeah,
Blings,
I could
definitely
give
add me
you
on
the future
Discord.
wood. I mean, I'm going to be
My
without
Discord
wood right
handle
now, but
is
whenever it rolls,
Poppy Chulo.
I'll give it to you.
Basically my same
Otherwise,
Twitch
I'll
username,
have
just
to
without
send
the
you
you're
a
X.
good. You're good on your deals,
Sorry?
and
Hi, Boop.
okay.
I mean,
Good
so
to see you,
Julio,
Boop.
643.
Julio, I'll also.
Yeah, I will make the 643 open. I wouldn't start working on it.
Harry's already got 2 cities.
Yeah, I'm
Why
not
do
sure
you
if this is a
have-
Yeah, I
scam
know,
striker.
but I'm going to get a city. And also, I have a flight.
Okay, so Julio gets a city
Also, I
here.
have a flight. So, oh,
of
let's go.
Can't forget the play.
Interesting trade.
Everyone. It's flying right now.
Yeah, Blue's in
But
a
I
pretty
haven't
good
been
spot
tempted to sit for it.
coming
I mean,
up.
he's
I
still working on
think
it.
they just
I mean, he's
continue
still missing a
to
brick, so
expand onto that 6
Well, and I
sheep
trade over
3
here.
for 1.
you can delay him though.
I mean, yeah, that's why I blocked the 3.
Yeah, it's good.
So I think the board's a little bit concerned about Blue's potential, and I think that's where Julio got that trade from Blue
Does
to
anyone have
not work on that
a
plow.
wheat for trade?
Yeah, I can take 2 stuff of whatever you want.
Sounds good, Plings. I'll make sure to do that after the game.
Oh, I can't. Why I cannot?
Thank you
do
for your
that?
support.
Okay, there it is.
I can do this.
So
Wait,
Karm
if you
has
want
2
to cards,
devs,
I'd rather
so
do
she basically has
one
army
this.
secured at the
Yeah, but I don't
moment.
have a brick.
Not locked, but definitely at the moment.
Unblock our
Needed
3.
Harry.
I don't think we should.
She hasn't
be
had
doing
to
this
play
trade
Knight
either.
from what I remember, how the blocks have been
Block our 3
going.
and 3 rolls and then with brick.
And it makes sense how she's completely in the
Oh, that
In
one
the
was
development
for
card
me,
game?
Julio.
My
You got it,
playing
guys.
and
life
with
does not
or with cheap
change.
setups, you really only need 3 spots in terms of production. Your 2 initial, one where you expand to, ideally onto a 3 for 1 port to make your setup efficient with the excess materials such as sheep in this case. To then build your 3 cities, assume you pull army, and then an extra 2 VPs. That's bare minimum. It's very hard to win with 2 cities, but it's a little bit easier to win in this situation where she also has
Before
the
I
5
port my
sheep
sheep
expansion,
over
so she
one, Does
doesn't.
anyone have brick?
She's not as reliant on the
There's
VPs
none.
if she pulls
Oh.
road builders, yops, monos, etc.
I don't know, man.
She's able to get her
We have
settle,
a
which
phrase in Hindi
Karm is
which
going to win this
essentially
game
means
from what I see here, unless the
world runs in
board
dreams and
decides
hopes.
to play differently.
And that's kinda
Not
how
that the
it
Julio,
board
can I get one of
is
those
not
woods
progressing
here?
as
Since
quickly
you said
as
you
Karm
give me
is.
a wood here.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
problem here is nobody else
Okay.
is buying development cards.
I got wheat.
There will be a race for
You'll wait.
road
Yeah.
somewhere
Yeah, I guess
by
I can.
someone. My guess would be probably
I mean, I don't know
Blue,
where to go
probably
next, but
Julio.
I'll
as-
probably know.
I can see Andrew leaning into the build to 10,
Probably
build to
right
10
now.
situation, but
Now would be a good time.
It's a
by
good
also-
trade, there you go.
excuse me, buying devs and
Imagine.
competing for that win condition.
You
Right
could
now.
non-bind Harry.
I mean, I could, but I don't have the resources to go there. But
Yeah, I want to take offense to.
pull an imaginary mono.
I want to be happy, but I want to. I want to get angry.
Ulti and Striker.
I mean, I have.
Guys,
the
we
resources
need to have a
to
whole
do that
stream talking
right
about
now. I
Oh,
don't
you
know.
Super Bowl
would've.
contenders.
Probably.
I love Catan,
I mean, it's a
but
very good spot for me.
professional American football
but
is
I don't know.
actually my favorite.
I mean,
Go Seahawks.
it's hard to say, you know.
But let's be honest, the 49ers are gonna win.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes bad.
Okay,
Is
so
anyone looking for wheat, by the way?
haven't seen
think no
much
one,
after the
yeah.
settle from
Wood?
Carm.
No one.
Julio's looking to
Yeah,
expand a
very
little
good.
bit,
Okay. The best outcome here.
and I really
is
think he's going for road, just with how he's building, how he's
holding a
expanding.
7
It makes sense
perhaps,
for him
yeah,
to go
that's
to the
best
3 for
outcome.
1, even though
Um,
it's not as
don't put that out.
strong of a spot, but it is strong.
Oh, that was
Port
cool.
wise. And I
Nice.
think Julio's just going to completely lean into the road game here and compete with blue.
Damn.
So we have
The
Alright,
6B rolling.
3 settles and a city with Julio, 2 cities, a settle with Harry,
I
a
can
city,
trade
2
you.
settles, open settle with
would you do
Andrew, and
this?
Carm
Would you do
has
Julio?
a city, 2 settles,
Okay.
3
that was
devs, and
that.
2 knights played,
I'll go
which
with that.
Which one?
at
do you want?
maximum we can
Wait,
put
wait,
Carm
wait,
at
Andrew,
6 at 8
Andrew,
points,
Julio's
with
on
assuming 2
5 for the
VPs,
city
but
and the
safely
best
with
will
6
potential.
and some
And
unknown
Carm
devs.
is on
Carm,
4 with 3
Carm.
devs, army,
Carm.
a city. What else?
Listen,
What else
I
do I
have
have
three
to say?
knights. I have 3
Carm.
knights.
Oh, you have 3
Carm.
knights.
Okay.
Oh, army's mine.
Poor Carm, she
Yeah.
pulled
I
3
love,
knights.
love the table talk.
Oh my god, yeah.
Harm is
That
definitely
flights in 5
talking
minutes, I
about
get,
her
right?
position being not as strong
That
as it
flies
should
in
be.
fucking 5 minutes.
And Julio
I thought
is
that was Julio.
Thanks, Andrew. I'll take it.
not letting that happen. Not letting that happen.
Give me what I
Which I
want.
love.
Come on, Carm.
All
Come on,
respect to
Carm.
Carm,
I'm not gonna
but
do
she
that
is
with
actually in
Julio.
a pretty good spot.
Thank
But
you.
it does depend
Thank
on
you.
how the road game kind of gets
Oh, okay,
switched
okay.
around and
Damn,
competed
I
for.
wouldn't be spammy and not give it back.
Because if Carm does get unlucky with devs, then she is not in a great spot. So it does depend on devs.
Julio,
At that
Julio, you want
point,
the sheep?
I
Yeah,
think the
one sheep.
conversation should have gone to
Okay.
if Carm is
Yeah.
trying to defend herself as well as Julio is trying to prove that Carm is a bigger threat. Okay, fine. Share some dev info. But no.
More heat.
So Carm doesn't need to play a knight here. She passes on 4 cards, which is not terrible, but rolling 3 sheep here to possibly go over it is a little risky. But I don't know what she could have done with her 4
I need
cards at
Julio
the
to
moment.
only roll 7.
Probably
Come on,
nothing
and keep
portable.
that 9 block.
Well, that she cared
Yeah,
to.
but
I imagine
it's
Carm would
happening,
be looking to
Uh,
build her next city pretty soon.
No one's trading.
Bruh, no. You settled for
I
6,
mean-
road for 8.
Okay, so yeah, definitely Carm is
Hold on,
100%
hold on.
using Julio's position
Could I
and
buy a dep? Okay, I'm going to see
Just
if Carm was
space in this
saying
board
that it's
as
5
her
model knight.
nemesis, as somebody she's going to
Yes,
talk
they-
against this
It's true
entire
that she
time,
has
which
3 knight,
kind of
but if I
matches
pull a
both
knight,
of their
it's
play
bullshit.
styles a little bit,
I don't
as they're
like
both
it.
extremely strong players who know a lot of the game and know how the game can flip
I think
like
I
that
know,
depending on a
is anyone looking
specific
for, is
dev
anyone
card.
looking for wheat?
I've been in
Is anyone looking
games
for
with
wheat? No,
Julio
no.
where he just calls out
Do
the dev
something
cards
interesting,
that I'm
Harry.
about
I
to
don't
play,
know.
and I have
Do
a
you
couple
need
of them,
any-
but
do
he'll
you
say
need
the
a
exact
board
one.
service?
It's very interesting. I just read that as Julio having
Open settle for
pretty
6.
high
Oh,
IQ
you
for the
said
game,
you're gonna,
which I
you're a
think
scammer,
Carm does
so-
as well.
No, I just want to
Really?
get I just want to get my soul, man. But I will tell you my hand. It's 1 sheep and 4 wheat. That's my hand.
You can pop.
So
That
I
looks
need
like
I need a free wheat. From that free wheat that you're giving me, I'm giving you port service for whatever you want. I don't know how many wheat you have in hand. Probably more than 5 or something like that.
So Julio's trying to leverage
Julio.
a trade here to
Pretty
get
sure. I mean, it's port service plus
a
insurance.
settle here
I mean,
by offering port
YOLO.
service, which is pretty
Name of
strong
the game
if
is YOLO.
one of the players
Come
has a
on.
lot of wheat.
Andrew's gonna
Or
block
for
the
instance,
catch.
if Harry, which I imagine he might be talking to Harry, has enough wheat to reduce time efficiently so he's under 7 and no longer
we are
at risk
wasting time
of setting
here.
it out.
Whiteclaw probably leaves, so that you're going to find only 2 players instead of 3. So that's
You
good.
will only find 2 players because of my parents come back home to me playing Catan.
Oh, you see, and Carm's parents are arriving too. So, what do you
Oh,
say,
well,
Harry?
Lion's gonna lion.
You, I mean, if you.
No,
Julio
I,
is an
I
old
appreciate
scammer.
it,
I would be
but I
careful.
think
If Kelly does
I
a
think
Super
it's-
Bowl
it's difficult putting you on 6 with
contender
open
stream,
road.
honestly,
Like,
Yeah.
I would like to
So-
And he's already got the city
possibly
down, so
and,
that's-
co-op him on
and
that.
that
That's a
trade,
great
so
idea,
giving you
Lindy.
3 wheat
It's just a
or
fun
something
thing.
doesn't
But the
help
Lions
my
do.
hand that much.
I would
Like,
I would
selling
die
out
for
isn't that
for
bad for me.
Dan Campbell. I would run into the deep trenches of war for Dan
Not trying
Campbell.
to not do.
So I'm not
anything.
surprised why the
And you can
Lions
get
are
any
just
resource
a
from
very
it. I can also
well-ran
say what's
team this
happening.
year, and I think they are entirely slept on. But remember who they lost to, guys. The
Oh, someone's
Seahawks.
coming for the
Their
army.
only loss. So keep that in mind. Okay.
R.I.P.
So Julio does not
I
get the
think-
trade
I'm way
and
away
the
from
situation that
Army.
he'd like. Harry decides to buy 2 devs.
Nice. Good job.
Oh,
Andrew
come on,
rolls a
wait
7
minute.
and blocks the 9 and hits Karm.
Hey, Harry just popped twice.
Which
It's
makes
only
some
gonna
sense
happen
because
three
even if
nights.
Harry has 2 devs,
No, I'm trying.
you'd like
no,
to
I'm
test
got
them
3
this
nights,
round,
too.
which I think Karm still will by blocking
Nice,
the
two
3
devs,
again.
3 nights.
Yeah.
Who has?
Or maybe a different 3
either
with Julio.
wheat or ore?
But
You want sheep.
Karm has
I
army
have
already
Yeah.
assumed. So if
Yeah, wheat
Harry
for-
has those
yeah,
knights,
2
then
wheat
they're
for
not
a
as
sheep.
strong devs.
Whoa.
No, Andrew.
No, he gave him
They
2
did.
weeks.
For 2 wheat.
What is this? It's October, not December. Christmas is
Yeah, so
very
Andrew
far away.
decided to pop a
Yeah.
dev, which I think he's best set up to just take
That's an
devs out of the
interesting
deck,
thought.
not necessarily compete with army because I think it's taken. And it looks like this game is over because the board figured that out way too late. Way too late. When there's no competition for the 2 win conditions, whether they're split 2-2 or 1-1, which is great. If it's 3-1
anyone in
or
port service?
even
No.
2-1 and somebody's just doing their own thing, it creates a problem where the game can flip so
The game
easy,
just has to last long
which
enough for me
you
to
guys
get
have all
more points
seen
on the board.
people
Then I'll
jump
be happy.
up 4, sometimes 5 points.
Harry with.
And a huge part of that is
Well,
Do you
with
have,
hiding VPs, taking
do you have,
army, winning the game,
wood?
doing a road to
Julio,
road settle for 3 points, taking a
Julio, can you
road.
just port and drop a road?
But since Karm just
Can I
got such a
drop
head
no.
start with the development game
Bro, you've got.
and is
4
able to
weeks.
double city
That's
and is
one
able
road.
to build on 2 or 3 for 1 port.
Yeah, but I have other plans for.
In my
those for
opinion,
wheat.
if the board doesn't come together
Andrew,
and
do you have-
really
do you
work
have wood,
to
by the way?
propel each other and
I
drain
have
the
a
deck,
single wood.
Karm is going to walk away
You
with
have
this game
single
pretty
wood.
easy
Oh, that's
from
not
this
the
point
number. I
on.
don't think you want 1-for-1 with me.
Nah, I got.
Even if
you
Julio
already-
gets
and
the
you
settle here,
already
he goes to
have,
7 points with, or 8
I mean,
points with road.
We could do this.
Still tough.
Look, we could do this.
Julio then has to city and then
and
road settle
I don't know
again.
if you want to. If you want port service.
Or he can
your-
road
your
settle and
wheat
then
right
city, or pull
No,
for
no, I got
VPs,
the 3-1.
which may or may not even be available in the
do
deck
it.
depending on what kind of development
Now. I'm not
cards the rest
asking you
of the
for
table
free
have.
stuff. I'm asking you for this tray, and then I'll give you whatever resource you're looking
No.
for.
No, I have extra wheat right now. The fort is rolled.
Okay, so harryshower doesn't want port service as well, right?
You said you were a scammer, so
Ah,
as a scammer,
I think
yourself.
I mean, I'm trying to help.
So I honestly
Well-
think Julio never. It was mentioned by Harry that he's a scammer.
I mean, I'm trying to help.
Julio only
I
scams
don't know if you're
in situations
Well,
where I
it's-
feel
it's not a-
like it's
not a
necessary,
final,
such
it's
as
not a
like
final.
agreeing to an
If it
extortion
was
and then
if it would have
non-binding
been a
them
final
or
problem.
doing something
But
that elevates
still,
the game.
I mean, you know,
There was a situation where I played in a game
when you scam someone,
where okay, we'll talk about
he
it.
has to not expect it, you know. But if he expects it, where's the fun?
Hmm.
I mean, you're already expecting that I am scamming you. So if I will have tried to scam you, for me, there's no fun because you're already expecting it. You know, it has to be a surprise.
Okay.
Yeah, it has to be a surprise.
Okay, he didn't say what I thought he was gonna say. It does have to be a surprise. That's a good point by Julio. But I also think when you scam, you kind of, at least for that game specifically,
you.
you lose your credibility, and it needs to be
Okay,
for
didn't
something
notice.
that's
For
scam
that.
worthy, in my opinion.
No.
A
I
small
didn't need it.
extortion that in the very beginning of the
I
game
didn't need
to maybe
it,
break a
Kiki.
road.
I went-
That creates some problems. That creates the chilling effect. Shout out Hakuna Matata. Go check out his YouTube videos. But yeah, I think
Gosh,
Julio would scam
for
in a situation where it
for
would
an
put him in a
hour,
winning
that could
position,
have been cheaper.
or just combat a incorrect
been?
extortion
How?
by
using Julio's
you know,
Three
pressed
for
onto him by the
service.
leader.
I know.
We are
It could've
open
been
24/7.
So Karm has another
but-
knight,
We are open- we
which
are
is
open
better for the
24/7.
table as the,
We also
you know,
work on
she's gonna
holidays
keep
too.
army this entire game. She has one dev that hasn't been seen yet, which could be a VP.
That's sad.
So she could only need a city
you're
left.
That's very
Julio.
sad.
But my guess would be that
That's sad. Parents are home night tonight.
it probably is a VP.
If I wouldn't have 7 out, probably it could have been
Or I don't know.
very interesting.
VP or mono, I
Sure.
think, because she would have
Exactly.
used the
I know.
other materials to kind of move around the board a little bit,
I got another
whether
nine.
it's a
yeah.
Yop or a road builder.
Okay, let's keep it that way then. Should I go to the 6 or double up my 8? Triple up.
I think he goes to the 6.
Uh,
He's not on any
stick
sheet.
road.
Because he can always wrap the 8, right, guys? If he wraps the 8 now, then
Like,
he's
we
limited to
gotta be
building in
blocking
areas
Julio.
where it doesn't
Uh,
give him an advantage in
Well-
terms of settles.
I think I've won.
But now building this way, he can build 2 more roads if he has them to the 6-2 for that settle, or wrap the 8. Which at this point in the game, it probably is best to wrap the 8, as he has the wood port, and he'd be sitting the 8-10.
What do you need
next.
for ore?
But this was the right move by Julio.
A bunch of cards. Well, what are you shy from a dev? You have 2 ore, and what's your other thing? You need a sheep. How about that?
Oh, Karn went silent.
No, then I can't do what I.
I wonder if
was gonna
she's
do.
still here. Oh, she muted
No.
herself.
Come on, Carm. I'm in last place here. I'm giving you a dev.
Karm is.
What? What do you mean you can't do a 1-for-1? You're at 7 points. I'm at 5.
Okay, so Karm is basically not
One more
giving
time,
Andrew a
Karm.
trade here unless it's 2-for-1.
I'm warning you, this is the last time.
No way. Cannot do that. 1, 2, 3.
Karm gets
4.
Sheepport with Road
Thank.
Builder. Yeah, that would be a crazy dev here.
1, 2.
I almost value a VP though over
Click. Click.
the Road Builder, since there's less of a chance for her to sneak road. But it would just give her the game, as she cities twice. I'm sure Lundy is inferring.
Gotta block Julio.
Shout out Lundy.
Hey.
Nationals competitor. And if you guys didn't know already, guys, take a quick look at everyone's credentials here. You can see the 2 most vocal players both share the most and the least.
Oh, that's
As
a
in,
roll.
Julio has 1 notable.
Yeah, that's a dangerous roll.
First 3 of the game.
Thing to his name, and Karm has
Yeah.
a bunch of them.
But it
Wow.
came.
Karm is
Can't
definitely the
do a
most
1-9
decorated
for
here,
Karm.
that's for sure.
Can't do a 1.
So it ends up being a
Way
knight,
too far
which
ahead.
is
No,
great
Karm,
for
you're
the
beating me.
table,
I cannot
and
do a 1-for-1.
absolutely
No.
unlucky and terrible for Karm. This is the
Makes
exact
no sense
way
for me to do
the
a
table
1-for-1.
catches up to Karm. If she just
Karm,
keeps pulling
Stop that.
non-knights, or I'm sorry, knights and
In
dev
what
cards that
world?
end up being
No.
useless to her
No.
later.
You give me 2 cards, I will give you a dev card.
I mean, it's fair.
Yeah, Karm
I mean,
now
she's
wants
on
to do the
7,
1-for-1,
Army's pretty much
which in her
secure,
position,
you don't
I
want
guess
her
it's a little bit
VPs,
like,
to be honest.
come on, dude, like I'm at
No,
7
Karm.
points, you're at 6 points.
No.
There's not a huge difference. But you
And
can't really
you're-
say that at
you're
that
on
moment.
6. I mean, you're doing well.
Because there's no
too.
reason to give that dev info unless it's asked, which I don't believe it
No.
was asked here.
I will give you, Karm, I am in last place. I told you what I will give you.
So
I will
now
give you the sheep.
Karm had the opportunity to do 1-for-1
You get
with
a sheep on your own.
Oh,
Andrew, but
heck.
maybe she wanted to
Okay.
prevent him from popping a dev because she needs all the good ones
Um,
because she has 5 knights.
Are you trading?
Deciding to hold on
She's
8 cards
under?
is big
I
as she
think
doesn't get a
you-
trade from Andrew
No,
here.
I can't put you on 9, Julio.
Yeah.
I mean,
I really can't. I really can't.
What
I mean,
do you-
I-
what do
And
you
this is
mean?
almost the
What
point
do you
that
mean
Karm
here?
was making earlier about Julio, which
I mean, nine is not winning. The thing is that
With
Harry
like with
has
respect,
two roads in
it's
hand.
it was a tough kind of
Um,
situation to be in
Karm,
because
because
Karm had a lot
the
of
three just
devs,
came in time.
and Julio at the time I
If he
believe only
has a
had
road builder, that could
4
be very
points.
problematic.
He had the settle on the 6-3, his
That
initial
could be very
initial settles, and then
problematic for me.
11-12. This was before he settled and then
Do you
took
have the
road.
road building, Harry?
But same thing as we talked with Harv, or I'm sorry, with
Look at my
about
eyes.
Karm.
Don't say it
Shout
again.
out Harv, but about Karm, no one's competing for road right now. If people
But
were
you have a
competing
road
for
builder.
road, then the board can kind of focus on
He has
who
to
the
put
leader
road
should
builder
be,
just in
which
time. I mean, he has to
probably
two
still
roads in
Julio,
hand and road
but a lot
building.
more closer than
How
a lot more
lucky to
closer in
roll the
margin than
tree.
Karm and Julio are right now, which
Very sad moment.
Julio's in a definitely a better spot.
Problematic.
Andrew's not able to compete with roads, and it looks like
I
Andrew's
wish
going
I
to be
had a
just
bottle.
popping devs the rest of the game.
Because you don't have a
From
mind,
what
it's pretty
I've
clear to
seen
me.
his actions and his
Road
trades
building thing.
set
Or
up
you
to
lying
be.
Okay,
Harry's
let's
the best one to
do
compete with
an offer
road,
here.
but they
Let's
also have
see
2 devs.
What Mr. Claw has to say.
And correct me if I'm wrong, guys,
He
said
but
he's
those
not
look
letting
like
you on
non-knights because the
Can't
3
do
was
it,
blocked
you're
for a
right.
long time.
You can do it. There's why not? Nine is not
I could have
winning.
been could
I
be
mean,
wrong about
you
that.
have to
though.
win the game with 10 points. But
Definitely is important to get points as this is a long-going tournament and
Oh.
points do matter,
Mono that orc.
such as
Take it,
that
take it.
12.
Yep.
Harry's
I
offering
will.
a 1-for-1 trade with 2 devs and 7 cards. I don't think
so
anybody
you're
will take.
trading break because you want to tell people, look, I don't need break because I'm not going for longest road. That's a distraction trade. Very well played, Harry.
Yeah,
You're very good. You're very good.
Julio's calling out the potential sneak basically by Harry by making a joke, and I completely agree with him here. Depending on Harry's devs, it's very possible that they're saving, a road builder or something awesome to take road from Julio down the road, because that's the only way Harry wins. Harry looks like they're completely dead in the water in terms of knights, so we can only hope that Harry takes road or competes with road. Karm is surviving the...
Harry, you got an extra wood?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can have a better view of this shirt. This is a Ashley's New Haven, Connecticut ice cream shop
No, I
shirt
can't get
that is
wrong.
also tie-dyed.
Because you just beat me on
Fun fact.
brick and wood.
Thank you for asking.
I need this game to last long enough.
Karm
to get
survives
one
the
more point.
7.
One more point.
Wow. And is able to dev as well as city,
Don't you win, Karm. Don't you do it.
which is pretty crazy. Now the board is almost flushed and trying to get as much points as possible. I think that's why Andrew said don't cheat
Yeah,
to
when
win.
she just
Not
said
necessarily
it's
that he
okay,
was
I
going to have a
love you,
chance, but at least to
she
get a
just said,
7 point
"I fucking win."
from the settle. Julio will get to 9 points, hopefully, this turn. Or do you think he would? But you also have to keep in mind the road steal
I
from
hope she pulled another knight.
Harry.
I guess.
Yeah, it's not that good.
No.
So I think it's only been.
I think Julio's basically deciding whether or not to
1 year 20 so far, right?
extend or settle.
Mm.
Because I think if he could do both, he would.
I played a Yob. I think that was the
You
only.
did?
It
Okay.
would open up its settle, which doesn't really matter as he has all 5 settles placed after the 6. Yeah, for sure settle. I agree with you, Ice. You have to risk, because if Harry wins this turn, he probably would, regardless of Julio's extension, depending on his devs. But if he doesn't, you take the settle. Okay. See, this is why it's important that you guys join the stream, guys.
Yup.
I have obviously no idea what I'm talking about sometimes. It was very clear that
Don't you do it,
that was
Harry.
a city's decision as well.
I have one more point, man.
And
Don't you freaking do it,
Ari
Harry.
definitely
I don't think I
called
could,
that, so
no.
shout out Ari.
Don't you do it.
That makes a lot more sense. I wasn't completely tracking his hand, but let's be honest, I didn't even think about that. So shout out Ari. Yeah, but I love the city.
Who were you
If he was
lying
debating
to?
over the
I mean, it was
settle,
pretty
then
clear. Like,
city all day.
hey, this game
But
is
yeah,
so
you don't
easy
really
to
have to
predict. Like,
Don't you
it's so
do it,
fucking easy.
Harry.
Like, it's so fucking easy.
Yeah, so this is what I was talking about Julio having just such a high high IQ for this
Do it,
game,
Harry. I'm
as he
so
basically
mad.
called the
What?
potential
I mean,
steal
you
roleplay
think-
from Harry.
I
And we
know
also
where I
said-
am because
we
I
also
started
said,
to pull debts and getting lucky with the
Harry
debts.
could
No,
definitely
I ain't good because I know the game. Oh, you didn't want to take road.
that Harry could definitely
could've.
sneak road here, like with a road builder or some kind of hidden dev. If Harry has a VP, then Julio needs to extend. But if Julio has the card to do it, he'll obviously settle for the win,
All right. Who wants to
which will be a pretty interesting
Uh,
situation if
You can
Julio
for
does
me.
not have the
I mean,
cards
you can take with
to do
anyone,
so.
to be honest.
because if, for instance, Julio
Give me
says
a
to the
full
table, "I need to extend. I don't have the cards.
8? Whatever.
You know, we're gonna
Got
lose
7.
this turn.
One
Help me
7.
out here."
We got 7.
He just settles. He just scams and he settles. Andrew got his 7th point.
8 wins.
Karm is
this?
out of cities, so has to pop for the
Oh,
win.
good.
Has the
Nice.
mono, so
There you
needs
go.
to pull 2 VPs here. Pull twice. Probably has 2 more pulls.
GG Karn.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, it should have.
No way.
Okay. So she completely
Oh,
whiffs.
it's probably game
Maybe not
over.
completely. She probably pulled 1 and maybe
Oh.
has a yop. That's what I would say.
Well,
So
actually-
Karm wins this turn.
You never
But
know if Harry
what do you
gets
do
one
here?
roll.
You need
Harry just
Julio
needs
to
one
extend
roll.
by 2.
Nah, I've got no winning.
Very graciously pointed out by Ice. Thank you for that, brother. Depending on rolls, I mean, Harry could just build
what do
2
you,
roads and
what
also
if
just
he-
win.
He goes to
But at
9
minimum,
roads
Julio
with
does
one
need 2
road?
roads.
You need
At
2
best,
roads?
3.
You just need one road, that's it.
Yeah, no, I'm saying what you need to extend.
Yeah, he needs 2.
What do I need to stand?
Well, I don't have anything to help you with, so.
I mean, it has to come from Karm. Andrew's
I'm
at
gonna
3
play my,
points.
no depth
Karn
card.
just rolled
My
4
turn.
sheep,
Nice.
which is at least 1 card. Julio has 2 wood, so it's possible to make 1 brick with her 3 sheep.
I cannot stand.
Well, I don't think he has a winning roll. I
What
think
does blue
Karm
have in their
probably
hand?
does. And then if Karm doesn't win, we can help you
Okay.
extend on your turn.
Harry has 2 sheep.
Both your opponent have in play, right? I don't remember.
I mean, if he has road builder, then it doesn't matter
Uh,
because he goes to
only-
9 points.
Only one.
Karm played-
And he doesn't have
only
the
one,
rolls
unless
to
Karm played one.
settle.
No, she played mono. So yeah,
You play one as well. No, you play one your.
yeah, only one Yop was played.
Yeah, she won. Okay.
Yeah, Karn is basically taking the risk here. Would you hit Karn?
You gotta
I
steal
think.
from her.
Yeah.
I mean,
So what do you think it is? The 10?
that's
One. That's
One of the
a
10
sheep
the 10.
and something.
10. Yeah, it's so
Well,
tough
the
here.
10 Well, no, it would be.
The thought.
You know what will be a very
It's
So
a-
interesting
it's
it's-
seriously such a
week-
great
a
position
6 week
for
might
Julio
be a very
because
good
they
one.
need to hit Karn because they
Might be
assume Karn
pathetic.
has
Yeah.
the settle
that might
here
be
with 6
self-block
cards.
6.
Yeah, because you're. at
Has
least
the
you
rolls,
still have
probably
four.
has a Yop. Karn probably has a win in hand at the moment, and
I mean, I don't.
isn't
I honestly
even
don't think it's
able
gonna
to get
matter
taken
much,
from
because I think
her.
she just needs one roll, but the
but if for whatever reason Karn whiffs
so she has 2 cards she needs.
from the steal and all the
I mean,
rolls,
she got
or
3 rolls,
Andrew rolls
like,
another 7, hits her again, and
she has
her
pretty
hand
high
gets
chances.
reduced, Julio's gonna win this game because he's unblocked. So he has to self block here in the 6,
What do I
which
do
blocks both of
here?
them, and takes away her wheat, which is probably the best block here and the fairest.
Wish I was good at this game.
I mean, this wasn't spec for the best, to be honest.
I wonder what else Harry had in his hand. Oh, plays a Yop to take road. Okay.
Yeah, I think you taking road is your only shot.
Yeah. I was gonna settle and then see if I can get road later, but that's just nah.
Honestly,
No, I
he
think-
should
I think-
almost coordinate a
I have to
plow.
take road.
Yeah. I
Where
think
he-
likelihood if Karm wins. So
Oh
you
no,
get
I
2
think
more
he
points
should build
this way.
one road up to the
Yeah. Or you
5
get-
and then
you get
settle
1 extra point this way.
with that yop. That prevents Karm from winning. And also forces Julio to extend. Okay, so Karm plays a knight, which means she does not have win because she does not play the...
GG.
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa.
Nice game, Karm.
Oh, she just rolled. Nice. GG's.
All right, I got
Good
7.
game.
I can live with 7. I don't even. I think the only thing I should have done the 6-4. Oh, I should have done the 6-4-11. Got the wheat port with the 9-5-10 instead of the 8-4-3.
Yeah, I would have liked that.
You should build the road up to the.
6-5-12 plows you. That
Harry,
would-
you should have asked them for a road up to the sheep and settled there and build one road up. And said, hey, let me build a road up. Was that win? That's a win for you then, isn't it?
I literally
No,
said
it
this
wasn't.
on
right?
stream, guys.
If you build one road up on the 5 sheep
said
and
this.
settle there, you take out the 5 sheep spot of Calms. So she can't win on her turn.
Okay, wins.
Yeah.
Oh, he wins then. Oh, shit, yeah, dude, yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, it's,
But then, yeah. Oh.
yeah, because he just needed one road to take road. So.
Wait, did
Oh,
you have it in
yeah, that's
hand?
a
You
good point.
didn't have it in hand, did you? No.
Oh
yeah, you're okay.
You
I ported for freaking wood.
Because he was at 7 roads.
so
Okay, that
I
makes sense.
didn't
have-
Yeah,
That makes sense.
Yeah. Because you had no ports. That's what fucked you over. You had no ports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I needed to do 9-5-10, 6-4-11. I think.
Yeah.
I think
Now, Julio was great. Julio called it. He goes, Harry'd always take you right here. He's lying. He's lying.
I mean,
I was gonna
it
have a
pretty clear, like,
post-game
I have
interview,
been-
but
I have been in this game like
I saying
several
everything I
times,
wanted
like,
to say.
road building was there. Like,
Yeah. Good work, Calm. Good work.
Yeah, GG guys.
GG,
GG Karm. I know you have to be silent right now, but yeah, Julio, on stream I was talking about just how high of an IQ you have for this game. Now you sometimes call out development cards being played, and we saw that on stream. So, but very well played game by everyone, I would say. I think what made it tough was there's no or we cheap comp for Karm.
Yeah, I was debating popping a little bit earlier instead of sitting, but I felt like I wasn't winning army at all. Like I had to plan out some devs to like try to get something besides knights there.
I wish there was a better settlement for me with ore, but the only ore I would have got was the 9-3-11, and I just didn't see anything that paired with it. So I think I made a mistake. I should have gone the 6-4-11, got the weak port. That was a boo boo. But I don't know. Yeah.
I think I think your settlements were pretty nice. You have 3 ports. The wheat port's nice, but having the flexibility of the 3 for 1 with the wood production is also nice as well. I think you played the best you could, honestly.
Yeah, I was really torn. It was one of those two things. Get higher production with the 3-1 port, which is nice, or get the weak port. But, meh.
And Julio, so I love the 810. Did you know for sure that you were getting 6-4-11 on the way back?
I mean, no, but it was on the out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with that 10-8, I leave a lot of space in the board, so I have a lot of out. 9-5-10, 6-4-11, 6-5-12, 8-4-3. Like,
Yeah, you probably
any of those could have worked for me. Of course,
Yeah, you-
6-4-11 and 6-5-12 were the best out because of the weak board, and that's what I wanted. But I mean, I took a risk because I saw that 10-8 and I was like, I was seeing the other spots, but I felt like I was not going to receive anything important on the way back. So
Yeah. It was a great game, though. You guys all played very well. I thought Karm was going to steamroll for a little bit until she started playing multiple nights. and there was a nice window for you, Julio. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, probably I could have won before, but I seven out when I had very interesting cards in hand, and also I have lost like 6 weeks at least from not enough resources in the deck, and that's hurtful for me because I actually 2-for-1 in my week for anything I want. So losing like 6 weeks like that hurts a lot. And also the 4-week block at the end. Like I could have placed my summon if the 4 wasn't blocked. But yeah, luckily for me, the 4 was blocked in the right time.
yeah, guys. Well,
And when I knew Harry had the role builder, I was like, oh, no, I just lost the game. Yeah.
Yeah, I was waiting to pace myself on that for a while.
Yeah, I mean, because
viewers.
remember, Papa, I told him, do you have role building? And he told me no. But then I told him, look me at the eyes, and he didn't. He didn't look at me. He didn't look at
I
me, and that's
remember,
why
yeah.
I knew he got the role building.
yeah, I
just started
remember.
laughing at that. He got my ass good on that one.
Yeah, because honestly, that was the only way that I think you had a chance, Harry, with losing army, or like not having a chance for army basically, was road.
I thought it was pull, couple VPs, get road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, gents, I'm out of here. I
Yeah.
gotta get
GG guys, have a great one.
Poppy,
Yeah,
does
Andrew,
it stay
have a
up
good
on
flight.
your stream?
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
have a safe flight. Does it stay up on your stream like the
The-
VOD stays up?
The board, or
No, the VOD. Just
oh
like-
yeah, definitely. And I'm saving. I record these games, so
Okay.
I'll start like cataloging them on YouTube, if you'd like to see that too, or I can send it to you personally.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. GG's guys, have a great one.
GG's.
Thank you, Popper, for streaming.
Yeah, of course.
See ya.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining the stream. We'll be coming back at you Friday, October 20th. Well, Friday for me at least, as well as October 21st for a PCL and a PL game. So we'll have 3 games coming up on stream, which will be posted, and you guys will get the notification if you do follow me. If not, it's okay too. But thanks for joining. Apologize for the technical difficulties, and we will see you next time. Peace, guys.